Paschatya Deshatarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tire Vanachari
Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jayo Radha Madhava Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava
Kunja Bihari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Kunja Bihari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Jamuna Tire Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tire Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jamuna Tire Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri गिरिवरधारी
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tire Vanachari
Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tire Vanachari
Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Radhe 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 Govinda,
Radhe 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 Govinda,
Radhe 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 Govinda,
Radhe 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 Govinda,
Radhe 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 Govinda,
Radhe 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 Govinda,
Radhe 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 Govinda. Vrindavana Chandra Prabhu Radhe Govinda, Vrindavana Chandra Prabhu Radhe Govinda, Oh Vrindavana Chandra Prabhu Radhe Govinda, Bolo Radhe Govinda, Bolo Radhe Govinda, Hey Radhe 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 Govinda, Hey Radhe 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 Govinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jai Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Shri Srimati's Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya, BBT founder Acharya, savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. We have special class by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada on account of his Diksha Diwas.
My spiritual master, practically I met him in 1922, and this poetry was written in 1936. That means 14 years before writing this poetry, I met my Guru Maharaj in 1922. At that time, I was quite a young man, 25 years old only, and I was posted in a very responsible position as the office manager of Dr. Bose's laboratory. And I was fond of in those days of Gandhi's movement. In 1922, I joined Gandhi's movement and I gave up my educational career because one of the Gandhi's program was to boycott the universities. That's a very long story. And many students gave up their educational career and joined this Gandhi's movement, and I was one of them. So, Dr. Bose, Kartik Chandra Bose, is a very important man at that time. He was managing director of Bengal Chemical Company. Now there is a street in the central Calcutta, Dr. Kartik Bose Street. So he was a very important man, and he was our family physician and my father's very intimate friend. So when I gave up my education and I was joining Gandhi's movement, at that time Dr. Kartik Chandra Bose asked me to join him. So with the permission of my father, I joined. So I was fond of, at that time, the Gandhi non-cooperation movement. And then when I joined Dr. Bose's laboratory, first I was dressed in khaddar. So Dr. Bose liked that dress, khaddar dress. He told me one day that out of your whole Gandhi's movement, I like this khaddar only. Dr. Bose says. And why? Because this will give impetus to industry. This hand spinning will gradually give impetus to India. Actually, that happened. He was himself an industrialist. Actually, in India, the chemical industry was given birth by Dr. Kartik Chandra Bose. He was a very important man. He started this Bengal chemical. So in 1922, I met my Guru Maharaj through the exigency of my intimate friend
जीवेरा दर्द दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जीवेरा दर्द दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद शुद्ध गौर गाथायाते विघ्न जन बुझे शुद्ध गौर गाथायाते विघ्न जन बुझे काता चिंता करा प्रभु विरोधी के योधे 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 जीवेरा दर्द दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जीवेरा दर्द दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जीवन स्तारिते गौरा करे ये चातुरी जीवन स्तारिते गौरा करे चातुरी अपनी बुझिले से सब भारी भूरे अपनी बुझिले से सब भारी भूरे अपनी बुझिले से सब भारी भूरे जीवेरा दर्द दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद देश काल पात्र जानी प्रचार प्रबंधा देश काल पात्र जानी प्रचार प्रबंधा देखिया नहीं देखे उलू का दियंधा देखिया नहीं देखे उलू का दियंधा देखिया नहीं देखे उलू का दियंधा जीवेरा दर्द दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जीवेरा दर्द दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद औलिया सहजिया की बुझिबे ताहा औलिया सहजिया की बुझिबे ताहा गड्डाली का नहीं आई का बुझी पारे कहाँ डाली कन्हैयाई का बूझी पार का जीवे राधा राधा दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जीवे राधा राधा दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद विरह वासरे तव मेरी अवसादा जीवे राधा राधा दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जीवे राधा राधा दुखी श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जगद्गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जगद्गुरु जय भक्ति सिद्धांत ठाकुर प्रभुपदा भक्ति सिद्धांत ठाकुर प्रभुपदा भक्ति सिद्धांत ठाकुर प्रभुपदा भक्ति सिद्धांत ठाकुर प्रभुपदा नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल
Srila Prabhupada ki, His Divine Grace, Sri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Diksha Diwas ki, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki, Srimati Tulsi Maharani ki, Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. So today we are observing Srila Prabhupada's Diksha Diwas. And it was on this tithi, on this date, in 1933, that Srila Prabhupada received his initiation. So, Prabhupada spoke extensively about how he received the initiation, and different things that he spoke to his disciples were recorded by his disciples. And Prabhupada spoke also many times, like we heard the lecture. So these are some more recollections and remembrances by Srila Prabhupada and his disciples about the events that finally led to him being initiated by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So they have been arranged in a flow. So I will read them and we shall discuss. So Prabhupada met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta just about 4 or 5 times. Many times Srila Prabhupada said that. So these are organized in the way that, in the order in which Prabhupada met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. So this is the first meeting of Srila Prabhupada with Bhaktisiddhanta in 1900, and he's mentioning this in a lecture in Los Angeles in 1973. Srila Prabhupada. So when I met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it's a long story how I met him. One of my friends, he dragged me. I was at that time nationalist and manager in a big chemical factory. My age was about 24 years. So one of my friends, he asked me that there is a nice sadhu, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He has come to Calcutta. So let us go and see. So I was reluctant. I thought, just like so many sadhus, I've seen so many. So I was not very much interested because I had very bad experience, not very good. So I said, oh, these kind of sadhus, there are many. You will be glad to know, this lecture we heard, you'll be glad to know that even in my young age or early age, it was by Krishna's grace that I was considered the leader amongst my friends. In my school days, in my college days, in my private friendship, somehow I became the leader. And one of the astrologer, he read my hand and he said in Hindi, Hukum chalega. Hukum chalega means your hand speaks that your order will be executed. Devotees, Jai. Prabhupada, so anyway, it was by Krishna's grace, I would not go, but their point of view was that unless I certify that sadhu, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he will not be accepted. Therefore, my friend dragged me. So I went to see Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur on that day. On the first meeting, as we were offering our obeisances, that is the practice to immediately offer obeisances, so immediately Srila Bhaktisiddhanta began his talk and he said, You're all educated young men. Why don't you take up Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult and preach all over the world to the English-knowing public the philosophy of Lord Chaitanya? Why don't you take up this matter? So I argued with him in so many ways. At that time I was a nationalist. I told him that who will accept our message? We are a dependent country. Nobody will care. In this way, in my own ways, in these younger days, we belong to a Vaishnava family, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Radha Govinda. That was our worshipable deity. So I was very glad that Radha Krishna cult, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult, this sadhu is trying to preach. It is very nice. So at that time we had some talks, and of course I was defeated by his arguments. My arguments were defeated. And then when we came out, we were offered prasadam, very nice treatment at the Gaudiya Mutt. And when I came out on the street, my friend asked me, so what is your opinion about this sadhu, Bhaktisiddhanta? And then I said, here is the right person who has taken up Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message, and now his message will be distributed. Devotees, Jai. Prabhupada. So I was at that time a fool, but I made my opinion like this. And I accepted him as my spiritual master immediately. Not officially, but in my heart. That was in 1922. The second meeting of Srila Prabhupada with Bhaktisiddhanta, the first meeting in Calcutta, the second meeting in Vrindavan. And this is an excerpt from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. In October of 1932, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati led a group of hundreds of disciples and pilgrims on a month-long parikrama or circumambulation of the sacred places of Vrindavan. Vrindavan residents and visitors performed parikrama by following the old dry bed of the Yamuna river and circumambulating the Vrindavan area, stopping at places where Krishna performed his pastimes when he roamed in Vrindavan 5,000 years ago. Abhay had wanted to attend Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's parikrama, but couldn't because of his work. Nevertheless, on the 20th day of the pilgrimage, Abhay travelled from Allahabad, intent on seeing Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati again and hoping to join the parikrama party at Kosi, just outside Vrindavan, for at least a day. So Prabhupada was now in Allahabad with his pharmacy business. When Abhay had heard from the members of Allahabad Gaudiya Mutt about the parikrama, he had been fully occupied with his local Prayag pharmacy business and travelling to secure new accounts. But he had calculated how he could join at least for a day or two, and he had fixed his mind on again obtaining the darshan of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Prabhupada recalls, I was not initiated at the time of parikrama, but I had very good admiration for these Gaudiya Mutt people. They were very kind to me, so I thought, what are these people doing in the parikrama? Let me go. So I met them at Kosi. And Keshav Maharaj was informing that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is going to Mathura tomorrow morning and he will speak Hari Katha this evening. Anyone who wants to hear him may remain. Otherwise, they may go to see Seshashai Vishnu. So at that time, I think only 10 or 12 men remained. Sridhar Maharaj was one of them, and I thought it wise. What can I see at this Seshashai? Let me hear what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati will speak. Let me hear. When Abhay arrived, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was already speaking. He sat with his back erect, a shawl around his shoulders, not speaking like a professional lecturer giving a scheduled performance, but addressing a small gathering in his room. At last, Abhay was in his presence again. Abhay marveled to see and hear him. This unique soul possessed of Krishna Katha, speaking uninterruptedly about Krishna in his deep, low voice, in ecstasy and deep knowledge. Abhay sat and heard Bhaktisiddhanta with rapt attention. An hour went by, 2 hours. The already small gathering in Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's room had gradually thinned. A few sannyasis left, excusing themselves to tend to different duties connected with the parikrama camp. Only a few intimate leaders remained. Abhay was the only outsider. Of course, he was a devotee, not an outsider, but in the sense that he was not a sannyasi, was not handling any duties, was not even initiated, and was not traveling with the parikrama, but had joined only for a day. In that sense, Abhay was an outsider. The philosophy Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was speaking, however, was democratically open to whoever would give an ardent hearing. And that ardent hearing Abhay was doing. He was listening with wonder. Sometimes he would not even understand something, but he would go on listening intently, submissively, his intelligence drinking the words of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. He felt Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur revealing to him the direct vision of the spiritual world. Just as a person reveals something by opening a door or by pushing aside a curtain, he was revealing the reality. And this reality was the loving service to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, the supremely worshipable personality of Godhead. How masterfully Bhaktisiddhanta spoke, and with utter conviction and boldness. It was with such an awe that Abhay listened with fastened attention. Of course, all Vaishnavas accept Krishna as their worshipable Lord. But how conclusively and with what sound logic was the faith of a Vaishnava established by the great teacher? After several hours, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati stopped speaking. Abhay felt prepared to go on listening without cessation, and yet he had no puzzling doubts or queries to place forward. He only wanted to hear more. As Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati made his exit, Abhay bowed, offering his obeisances, and then left the intimate circle of sannyasis in their row and tents and went to the outer circle of the tents, his mind surcharged with the words of his spiritual master. So that was the second meeting, the first meeting in 1922 in Calcutta, the second meeting in 1932, 10 years later in Allahabad. Abhay's third meeting with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta in Allahabad. Second meeting in Vrindavan, now the third meeting in Allahabad. Abhay had only recently returned from Vrindavan to his work at Prayag Pharmacy when the devotees at Allahabad Gaudiya Math informed him of a good news. They had secured lands and funds for constructing a building, the Sri Rupa Gaudiya Math, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta would be coming on November 21st to preside over the ceremony for laying of the cornerstone. Sir William Malcolm Haley, Governor of the United Provinces, would be the respected guest and, in a grand ceremony, would lay the foundation stone in the presence of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. When Abhay learned that there would also be an initiation ceremony, he asked if he could be initiated. Atulananda, the Math's president, assured Abhay that he would introduce him to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. At home, Abhay discussed his initiation plans with his wife. She had no objection, but she did not want to take initiation herself. They were already worshipping the deities at home and offering their food to the deity. They believed in God and were living peacefully. But for Abhay, that was not enough. Although he would not force his wife, he knew that he must be initiated by a pure devotee. Avoiding sinful life, living piously, these things were necessary and good, but in themselves they did not constitute spiritual life and could not satisfy the yearnings of the soul. Life's ultimate goal and the absolute necessity of the self was love of Krishna. That love of Krishna his father had already inculcated within him, and now he had to take the next step, get initiated. His father would have been so pleased to see him do it. And by taking initiation from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would be linked with Krishna. Bhaktisiddhanta, son of Bhaktivedanta Thakur and disciple of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, was the Guru in the 12th disciplic generation from Lord Chaitanya. He was the foremost Vedic scholar of the age, the expert Vaishnava who could guide one back to Godhead. He was empowered by his predecessors to work for the highest welfare by giving everyone Krishna consciousness, the remedy for all sufferings. Abhay felt that he had already accepted Srila Bhaktisiddhanta as his spiritual master, and that from the very first meeting he had already received his orders. Now, if Bhaktisiddhanta would accept him as his disciple, the relationship would be confirmed. He was coming so soon after Abhay had seen him and heard him in Vrindavan. That was how Krishna acted through his representative. It was as if his spiritual master is coming to where Abhay had his family and business, was coming to draw him further into spiritual life. Without Abhay's having attempted to bring it about, his relationship with Bhaktisiddhanta was deepening. Now Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was coming to him as if by higher arrangement. On the day of the ceremony, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati met with his disciples at the Allahabad Gaudiya Math on South Malacca Street. While he was speaking Hari Katha and taking questions, Atulananda Brahmachari took the opportunity to present several devotees. Abhay, amongst them, was one of the candidates as a candidate for initiation. The Allahabad devotees were proud of Mr. De, who regularly attended the matha in the evening, led bhajans, listened to the teachings, and spoke them himself. And Abhay often brought respectable guests. He had contributed money, and he had induced his business colleagues also to contribute money. With folded hands, Abhay looked up humbly as at his spiritual master. Abhay and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta were now face to face. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta recognized him and was visibly pleased to see him. He already knew him. Yes, Bhaktisiddhanta said, exchanging looks with Abhay. He likes to hear. He does not go away. I have marked him. I will accept him as my disciple. Srila Prabhupada ki. As the moment and the words became impressed into his being, Abhay was in ecstasy. Atulananda was pleasantly surprised that his Gurudeva was already in approval of Mr. De. Other disciples in the room were also pleased to witness Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's immediate acceptance of Abhay as a good listener. Some of them wondered when or where Srila Bhaktisiddhanta had arrived at such an estimation of the young pharmacist. At the initiation, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was seated on a Vyasasana, and the room was filled with guests and members of the Gaudiya Math. Those to be initiated sat around a small mound of earth where one of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's sannyasi disciples prepared a fire and offered grains and fruits into the flames, while everyone chanted mantras for purification. Abhay's sister and brother were also present, but not his wife. Abhay basked in the presence of his Gurudeva. Yes, he likes to hear the words of his spiritual master, and his glance of recognition had remained with Abhay. Abhay would continue pleasing his spiritual master by hearing him well. Then, Abhay thought, I'll be able to speak well. The Vedic literature described 9 processes of devotional service, the first of which was Shravanam, hearing about Krishna. Then came Kirtanam, chanting about and glorifying him. By sitting patiently at Kosi in Vrindavan and hearing Srila Bhaktisiddhanta attentively, Abhay had pleased Krishna's representative. And when Krishna's representative was pleased, Krishna was pleased. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had not praised Abhay for donating money to the matha and hadn't advised him to forsake his family and business and travel with him. Nor had Bhaktisiddhanta asked Abhay to perform great austerities like the yogis who mortify their body and fast with difficult vows. But he likes to hear. He had said, I have marked him. Abhay thought about it and again listened carefully as his spiritual master conducted the initiation. Finally, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta called for Abhay to come forward and receive the Harinam initiation by accepting his beads. After offering prostrated obeisances, Abhay extended his right hand and accepted the strand of japa beads from the hand of his spiritual master. At the same time, he also received the sacred Brahminical thread signifying his second initiation. Usually Srila Bhaktisiddhanta gave the first initiation Harinam, and only after some time, when he was satisfied with the progress of his disciple, he would give the second initiation. But he offered Abhay both first and second initiation at the same time. Now, Abhay was a full-fledged disciple, a Brahmana who could perform sacrifices such as this fire yagna for initiation. He could worship the deity in the temple, and he would be expected to discourse widely. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta added Aravinda, lotus, and now Abhay Charan De received his initiated name, and he was now Abhay Charanaravinda. Srila Prabhupada ki. After Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left Allahabad for Calcutta, Abhay keenly felt the responsibility of working on behalf of his spiritual master. At the initiation, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta had instructed Abhay to study Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which outlined the loving exchanges between Krishna and his devotees and explained how a devotee can advance in spiritual life. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu was a law book for devotional service, and Abhay would study it carefully. He was glad to increase his visits to Allahabad Center and to bring new people. Even at his first meeting with the spiritual master, he had received the instruction to preach the mission of Lord Chaitanya, and now he began steadily and carefully considering how to do so. Preaching was a responsibility at least as binding as that of home and business. Even in his home, he wanted to engage as far as possible in preaching. Srila Prabhupada is recollecting. So anyway, from 1922 to 1933, I was not initiated, but I got the impression of preaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult. That I was thinking, and that was my initiation by my Guru Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada ki. So these are the events that led to Srila Prabhupada's initiation. We seen Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta first in 1922 in Calcutta, second time in 1932 in Kosi, and in this third meeting, 1932-33, around that time, Srila Prabhupada got initiated formally as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And the most important thing that comes out in this whole discussions is that Bhaktisiddhanta had marked that Prabhupada likes to hear. And it was that thing that he gave credit to and that he highlighted. Although Prabhupada was doing so many services, bringing guests, bringing money and so many things, but liking to hear is what he remarked, and that's how Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta so quickly gave Srila Prabhupada initiation in 1933, gave him first and second initiation, and that's how Prabhupada became a formally initiated disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Diksha Diwas ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.